Don't get satisfied. Let's go! The AT&T Stadium crowd is making a lot of noise.
I hope for the same thing.
It is a spectacle, this place.
Come on, take the ball away, dude. America's team! America's team! That's who we are!
The Cowboys stay put in last place in the division after a 34-17 loss to the Baltimore Ravens Tuesday night. Welcome into Cowboys Flashback. I'm Dani Sureck. Cowboys fans were expecting to see their former wide receiver Dez Bryant in the game. However, prior to kickoff, Bryant was pulled off the field for testing positive for COVID-19 after 2 inconclusive tests earlier that day. It was the first Tuesday game in Cowboys franchise history, and it'll be one they'll soon want to forget. The offense struggled to find success in the run game. Special teams cost them 9 points with 3 missed field goals, and the defense was just bad. Dallas allowed for 400 total yards, and they were just 6 shy of having 2 different 100-yard rushers. Here's head coach Mike McCarthy after the game on what he saw from his defense.
Well, I think today was obviously a different challenge than we've seen. This is a unique offense. Obviously a very physical, just offensive line, and just the dynamics of the combination of the running backs and Lamar. So really the 3rd and 1, particularly the 4th down, was a call that we really should be in great shape there, and it wasn't. We didn't execute it, but hey, it's 300 yards is obviously astronomical, but we have to get a quick turnaround. Just when you feel like you're taking some steps as a team, the keys to the game was stopping a run, and we definitely didn't get that done tonight.
Mike, the situation is there in the half where you had to delay a game before the field goal, and then a 35-yarder turns into a 40-yarder. What happened on the dynamics of the play? Were you expecting them to reset the play clock there?
Well, there was obviously a breakdown there in the communication, but at the end of the day, the operation has to be in tune with the 40-second clock. So we were clearly in there, and obviously we missed the field goal. So those are the kind of mistakes you can't make in a game like this. We needed points there. We had some opportunity for points that we did not come out, and at the end of the day, we're kicking field goal attempts, and they scored touchdowns, and that was clearly the difference in the scoring differential.
Why was no timeout called in that situation before the delay of game before the play clock ran out?
No, frankly, I thought we were going to snap the ball and kick the field goal. So there was obviously a breakdown in our operation.
Mike, did you feel offensively you had pretty good balance tonight, like you say, with the time of possession and the balance with the run game and the passing game?
Definitely. I mean, it's a difficult defense to play against, particularly when you play once every 4 years. Just the way they rolled their different personnel groups in there, but I thought Kellen kept us in a good run-pass balance, and I thought Andy managed the game very well. But at the end of the day, we needed to throw some bigger punches there, and we needed to get on the board, with touchdowns, and we didn't get that done.
How difficult is this quick turnaround to now go from getting back home here late and getting back on a plane Saturday afternoon?
Well, I mean, hey, this is the schedule. So we all know what the schedule is. We'll be ready to go when we get back. But it's disappointing. We had a lot of time going into this game. I thought we could have been cleaner in certain spots because this was a great opportunity for us tonight, and we definitely didn't take advantage of it.
McCarthy says at this point in the season, you can't just blame the new scheme for the mistakes the Cowboys are having during their games. He says this week, there just simply wasn't good enough execution. The Cowboys had 12 days in between their last game on Thanksgiving against Washington and this Baltimore game because of 2 schedule changes after a COVID outbreak with the Ravens. Those extra days off didn't really give the Cowboys an advantage they were hoping for. Still to come on Cowboys Flashback, we hear from running back Ezekiel Elliott on playing in a game after almost almost 2 weeks, what went wrong in stopping Lamar Jackson, and much more. Stay with us.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, presented by Reliant, is brought to you by AT&T. Rico's products make every game a home game with Rico's. And by Reliant, an NRG company. This segment is brought to you by AT&T.
Cowboys were unable to cash in on their offense and, like most of the rest of the season, struggled to be able to rely on their run game. The Cowboys rushed for more than just 100 yards against Baltimore, with 77 of those coming from running back Ezekiel Elliott. Elliott says at this point, the main message to this team is that they need more urgency. With only 4 games left to go, those opportunities are fleeting.
We gotta get more sense of urgency. We gotta turn it up. We're running out of time. 4 games left. We gotta go figure out how to get some wins.
Zeke, how do you, when you look at what Baltimore was able to do running the ball, they had 294 yards on the ground. Is that kind of the way you guys want to play? Ultimately, if you had everybody, is that ultimately the style of play that would best fit you guys?
I mean, obviously we want to be able to, run the ball well. But I mean, I think their offense is a little bit different than ours. They run a lot of the zone read, and we can run that with Dak. But we try not to run him as much. And I'm sure in the future, we're probably not going to be trying to run Dak. So, I mean, but when you got that zone read, when you got the zone read, the quarterback reading the end, it adds an extra blocker for the offense. And I mean, then they run those sweeps and all the split flow. So it's a tough offense to stop.
You guys have said numerous times here, Zeke, that everything's still in front of you. There's still things to play for. The division's still in reach. Technically, that's still true, but do you feel it's slipped away at this point?
No, we don't feel that way. Yeah, like you said, we got a lot of ball left, and everything's still in front of us. So we gotta go prepare and get ready to go beat Cincinnati.
Anything else for Zeke?
Zeke, what did Coach McCarthy tell y'all after the game?
Just we got a lot to clean up. We got to play cleaner football. But he didn't really want to get too deep into it. We're going to get back home late. We got a short week, so we'll have time to look over the film and fix our mistakes.
A quick turnaround for the Cowboys, who play the Bengals just 5 days after Baltimore. Dallas sits 2 games back from the Giants and first in the division, so at this point, every game is truly a must-win. One Dallas Cowboy spent the last 9 years with Cincinnati, and we hear how he's preparing to go against his former team right after this.
This segment was brought to you by AT&T.
Welcome back into Cowboys Flashback. It's really not a surprise to watch the Cowboys turn the ball over because they've done so every week since their season opener. Dallas has allowed 120 points off turnovers this year, which is not only the most in the league, no one's even in the same ballpark as the Cowboys. Denver's in second in that category with just 86 points allowed. This week's turnover came off quarterback Andy Dalton, in which Baltimore scored 7 on the following drive. Dalton says he was proud of how his offensive line played this week, especially after losing both starting tackles in their previous game against Washington. Dalton says the main problem for the offense this week was not getting into the red zone enough.
Yeah, for sure. We kept getting stalled kind of like right before the red zone. And, we made it tougher on the kicks. And so, we got to find a way to convert first downs in those situations, keep drives alive, and get down there and score touchdowns. We was balanced. I mean, there's some good things that happened tonight, but we've got to find a way to just keep pushing, keep getting those first downs to give us a chance to score.
What were your thoughts of see the protection you had tonight. I think you were sacked just the one time.
Yeah, I thought our guys played really well up front. To go against that, the Baltimore defense, they're known for their guys up front, their blitz scheme and all that kind of stuff. I thought we communicated really well. I thought the guys played really well and gave me time back there.
I know your focus is on this team's performance and what it needs to do, but within a week where the Giants got to win and Washington got to win, it's hard not to feel that this thing's starting to slip away from you a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we know what the situation that we're in, and all we have to worry about is us. Just let's control what we can control and see how this whole thing shakes out. Would we like to, narrow the gap a little bit? Yes, but it is what it is, and we got to keep moving forward.
Andy, have you had a chance to think much about going back to Cincy?
I knew this one was on the schedule, and so, getting to go back to a place that I played for a long time. So I'm excited about this opportunity.
What do you think it'll be like?
It'll be different, being on the other side of the field, a different locker room, all that kind of stuff. So, it'll kind of feel a little weird being on the other side of it, but, it's just because I spent so much time there and everything. So, it's like I said, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting back to play in Cincinnati.
Did you feel like you got some traction in the pass game, or you're mixing into a bunch of different guys tonight? Even if you could get a lot of the explosive plays, I think it was just 120-yard completion there at the end to Gallup. Do you feel like you found some consistency maybe in the passing game that hadn't been there?
I thought the passing game, we spread it around a lot. We got a lot of different guys catches, and I think just kind of what they were giving us, and so that's the good thing about this offense and this team, and just our skill position. You can spread it around to a bunch of different guys, get everybody involved. So there's some good things that we did in the pass game, but we got to find, exactly what you said, we got to find a way to hit some more explosives.
Andy Dalton talking about the skill with his wide receivers. Dalton found Michael Gallup for Gallup's first touchdown in 9 games this week. Don't go anywhere. We hear from Dalton's top target next. A close look at wide receiver Michael Gallup's cleats in Tuesday's game. It was the My Cause, My Cleats game, where every player picks an organization that's near and dear to their heart. Those cleats are decorated in support of that foundation, and then the cleats are auctioned off and the proceeds go to support that cause. Gallup wore cleats for breast cancer awareness in honor of his sister. He was the main target in Tuesday's game and finished 7 of 11 with his first touchdown in 9 games. Gallup says at this point the team's mindset is that they're still in this, only 2 games back from the Giants in first. He says that the feelings of being 3-9 as a team trump the feelings he has after having an individual good game.
It's definitely not a great feeling. You can have a good game, lose, and it doesn't even feel like you had a good game, period. So it's not fun at all for us, and I haven't had anything like this.
Did you feel overall offensively tonight you guys had pretty good balance throughout the game? It was just an inability to cash in at some key moments?
I would definitely say so. We had the ball, forever. We was moving the ball, we was running it, we was throwing it. We didn't get no pay dirt. And that's the biggest thing. We got all the way down there a couple times and we just didn't get in the end zone. So, that's just the big picture right there.
Michael, the red zone has been a challenge for y'all since losing Dak, but on a day like today when Greg wasn't making his field goals, do you feel even more pressure to really get 6 or 7 when you're there?
They're definitely crucial, but we're always thinking 6 and 7. We're always thinking those, touchdown plays. You're not trying to settle for a field goal. It's great to get a field goal, but we want touchdowns. We want to score, big. So it's definitely frustrating, for us. We just got to get in the end zone.
How difficult was it coming off of a long layoff by no fault of your own, but you guys were off for so long? How long was it? How did it feel trying to get jump started?
I think the weirdest thing was just watching film over and over on the team, for the longest. Getting to play, we had no problem with that. We were ready to play. It's just, being in the meeting room 24/7, just keep on, repeating, watching what they're doing. We were just ready to play.
Might not be such a bad thing for the Cowboys to have a short week, just 5 days from playing Baltimore and then heading up to play Cincy. They can quickly move on from the performance they had Tuesday night. The Cowboys defense got run over by the Ravens offense, and linebacker Leighton Vander Esch tells us how they let that happen right after this.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, presented by Reliant, was brought to you by AT&T. Academy, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys. Reliant, an NRG company. And by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full access to coaches' film and game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl. Subscribe at DallasCowboys.com/Game Pass.
Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson came off the COVID-19 reserve list after missing their last game against the Steelers. And man, did he look fresh against the Cowboys Tuesday night. Jackson finished with 107 passing, 94 rushing yards, and he topped it off with 2 passing, 1 rushing touchdown. The Cowboys defense knew going into this game they'd have to make the reigning MVP one-dimensional, but they couldn't. Linebacker Leighton Vander Esch says the Cowboys defense just didn't play good team defense, and they got bulldozed by this Ravens offense. Vander Esch blames those mistakes on discipline.
I don't know. It's just obviously it was not a very good night at all, and I think we just got to stick together. We got to lean on each other and trust each other, and have confidence going into the game that we're going to go out there and everybody's going to do their job, including myself.
How much of the layoff that you guys had by no fault of your own did that have to do with tonight's performance?
I don't think we can blame it on that. We got to be ready to go. We got to be ready to play regardless of circumstance. So, yeah, we got to find a way to put it together.
Was the physicality the way you wanted it to be as a group?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we'll see when we watch the film, but I just don't think we were there in a lot of areas tonight.
Leighton, we talked to you about the Antonio Gibson touchdown on Washington, and you explained to us some of the assignments. Lamar Jackson had an untouched 37-yard rushing touchdown tonight. Same issues, or what do you attribute that to?
That was 100% me. That was on me. I read the play right off the bat, and I should have just fit my assignment. That one was all on me. I read it perfectly until I second-guessed myself and thought he handed it to the running back. But that wasn't my job, so I need to do my job.
I can hear the frustration in your voice because I know that as a leader you always preach doing your job. How does that one kind of sit with you as you look back on this game, and were there any other plays like it that it kind of sit with you of just maybe your eyes not being in the right place?
Yeah. Yeah, obviously that one hurts. And there's a few other ones that you wish you could get back during the game too, but I think just being humble and being accountable about it is first and foremost what you need to do, what you need to be, and that's exactly what I'm going to be to my teammates and the coaches. Yeah, that was just 100% on me, and I need to be better, trust my instincts, and do my job on that play, and just throughout the whole game. I want those guys to be able to rely on me, and that just was out of character of me.
How important is that trait that you just said, accountability for players, for coaches, for the collective individuals within the team operation in order for you guys to get out of this hole that you're in, be it this season or future years? Accountability, what importance level do you place that?
Yeah, accountability is first and foremost. I think you need to establish that on every team. And yeah, I think we just need to be accountable for our mistakes and keep being accountable. But at some point, we got to fix them.
The Cowboys will quickly shift their attention to the Bengals, who they will travel up north to play them in Cincy Sunday afternoon. There are just 4 games left in the season, so at this point, Cowboys are making a push for the playoffs. Thanks for watching Cowboys Flashback. I'm Dani Sureck, and I'll see you next time.